आप मुझे जानते हैं, मैं सुमेर वाला हूँ, मैं स्टूडेंट कैंपस का स्टूडेंट हूँ। मैं फाउंडेशन लेवल पढ़ता हूँ, तो आज हम कॉलिंग करेंगे, तो मैं कॉलिंग करते हैं। What does the
Mm-hmm.
word sorry mean?
We're back to apologies. It's that social lubricant we were talking about. It's usually less about the mistake itself and more about just smoothing things over so you can move past the awkwardness. Does that feel like a good way to put it, or are you thinking of it in a different way?
Where did the word sorry come from?
The watch story? Not familiar with that one. Did you mean the world story you mentioned earlier, or is this something totally different?
How old is the word sorry?
Well, the very first ones started tens of thousands of years ago. That was way before we even had a written language. Basically, humans decided very early on that we didn't just want to survive. We wanted to talk about what happened, which is kind of a wild instinct, right?
How has its meaning changed over time?
That's actually a pretty interesting shift. I think the biggest change is that stories used to be treated as absolute literal truth. Your grandma's grandma might have believed a story about a storm as a law of the universe. Now, we use the same kind of stories to explore truth without needing them to be literally true. They've gone from being a survival manual
Why,
to a way of exploring what it actually means to be human.
where do people say sorry after making a mistake?
Pretty much everywhere. I think most of us do it instinctively, but how it actually looks depends on where you are. In Japan, it's a way of maintaining harmony and showing respect, whereas in the US, it can sometimes feel more like a quick way to clear the air. Do you think the meaning changes depending on where you are?
When did sorry become communication in English?
That's a late bloomer. It didn't just appear overnight, it grew out of Old English words for sorrow and pain. It's kind of wild that we took a word for actual suffering and turned it into a social tool for things as small as bumping into someone at the grocery store.
How did people apologize in the past?
I'm not sure I've got you there. What are we thinking about people applauding in the past?
Why is saying sorry important?
I think we got a bit tangled there. Sorry about that. You mentioned it's so important. That part really caught me. Are you thinking about how an apology can fix things, or maybe how it feels when someone doesn't apologize?
What makes an apology sincere?
I'm with you. Go on, since.
Apology sincere. Is
Censor?
saying sorry is saying sorry always out?
Wait, did you say censor? Are you actually heading out, or are you just keeping me on my toes?
What is the difference between sorry and I apologize?
I think that's the heart of it. To me, sorry is the feeling, and apologizing is the action. You can feel sorry in your gut without ever saying a word, but an apology is the actual move you make to fix it. One is internal, the other is external.
How does sorry help solve confessions?
It's like a circuit breaker for tension. When things get heated, saying sorry just stops the momentum of the argument. It tells the other person, I see you, and I care more about us than about being right. That usually drops the defenses, but it only works if the other person actually believes it.
How can an apology vision, trust.
I'm still a little fuzzy on the Anne part. Who's Anne? Not sure I've met her yet, but you're right about trust. It's the foundation for everything. What made you think of that?
Why, why do
I
so
think I'm still a bit.
people find difficult to say sorry?
I'm listening.
Can saying sorry show start?
I've got a voice, but I'm not exactly Rihanna. Don't need to apologize, though.
How,
I'll stick to talking and leave the singing to the pros. What's on your mind?
how do children learn to apologize?
Honestly, they mostly just copy whatever they see us doing. If they see a parent genuinely own a mistake, they learn it's a way to fix things. But if they're just told to say you're sorry without feeling it just becomes another social script they're following. I wonder if we're all still just following those scripts as adults. Mm.
How do children learn to no? How do different cultures say sorry?
It's a completely different ball game depending on where you are. Some cultures have a specific word for I messed up, while others have a word that's more like I feel your pain. In some places, a direct apology is actually seen as too blunt, so they use a gesture or a small favor to show they're sorry without even saying the word. As for learning those scripts, I think just pick them up through a weird mix of imitation and trial and error. You try one thing, it works, and that becomes your go-to.
Uh,
Of course.
are
Talk
apologies
soon.
different in different countries?
Mm. You've mentioned uploading a few times tonight. I'm still trying to piece together what that means to you or what you're envisioning there. What's that look like in your head?
How does the tone of voice change the meaning of sorry?
Oh, it changes everything. Imagine telling a story with a totally flat robotic voice versus one where you're pausing and getting excited. The words are the same, but the meaning completely shifts. It's like the words are just the skeleton, but the tone is the heart and soul of the thing.
Can sorry sometimes be used incorrectly?
A correlative? I'm curious how you're using that. Brandon, give me an example.
Sorry.
Hey, no
Can
need for the
sorry
sorry.
sometimes be used in cultures?
Me too. What are you curious about?
Why do people say sorry when they want someone to repeat something?
Mm, that's an interesting angle. Sometimes we use sorry as a sort of social apology just for taking up someone's time. It's almost like saying, I know I'm interrupting you, but could you help me with this? It turns a
How,
request into something that feels less demanding and more polite.
how is sorry used formula conversions?
I'm not sure what Sorius is or Moulin is, but I'm still curious about conversations. It feels like we've spent the night dissecting how we talk to each other from apologies to tone, and I'm still here for it.
तो ये थी आज की हमारी कॉलेज में जब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफिज।